Hello, 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 everyone. This is Melody Fierce Robinson. I am so excited about tonight's webinar. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and mute your lines out. We definitely want to make sure that we protect the integrity of this webinar. Go ahead and stop your video because we definitely want all the focus to be on the webinar content tonight. I have a lot of information that I'm going to share with you, and I'm really excited about it. I have a lot of stuff that's getting ready to come your way. You have the chat box, so I'm really excited about that. I see there's so many different types of businesses out there, so I'm excited to see what you guys are doing, connecting with you on social media. If you are not presenting tonight, go ahead and mute your lines, get rid of your video, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We had over 200 folks that have registered for this webinar. We're going to have folks coming in throughout the webinar, but I definitely want to be respectful of your time. And I'm just happy to see that we have aspiring entrepreneurs as well as those that are already in their business. So a lot of you are probably very new to me. And so I definitely want to give you a great overview of who I am, what I do, so that we can continue to grow together. And so I just want to welcome you again to Build a Brand by Christmas. I'm going to really break down just some key strategies that I think are going to help you to get to where you want to go right now. So I am a Fierce Factor coach, and I partner with women that are in the beginning stages of purpose. So maybe within the first 5 years, some of the folks that I work with maybe not even have a business. And so I work with them to help them to create a step-by-step strategy so that they can accomplish whole wealth. I also work with online brands. So I work with online entrepreneurs, helping them to really just tap into the do-it-yourself market using free and low-cost resources. I think it's very important when you're starting out to just use what you already have. And if it's something that you can do, I teach my clients how to do it in a low-cost way. So I'm very excited about that. We have some folks whose video is coming through. Go ahead and tap your video out. I definitely want to make sure all the focus is in the webinar, okay? So I work with folks to kind of help them bridge the gap between what to do and how to do it, okay? So I'm excited about tonight's webinar because, I'm always looking for ways that I can make somebody's entrepreneurial journey very simple. That's very important to me. So Fierce Free has been around for quite some time now. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of foundational mistakes. So I want to make sure that it's my business just to kind of teach you the lessons that I've learned along the way, to really make them easy for you as you start your entrepreneurial journey. So in the beginning of my business, I just didn't receive a lot of traction. It wasn't growing fast. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. I was posting all the time. But I still just didn't get anybody engaged into my brand. So I soon realized that it was because I hadn't properly branded my business, okay? So from a branding perspective, I just didn't have it together. I didn't understand it. And so I knew I wasn't properly positioned. I started to really understand just the importance of branding and how I really have to understand those concepts, or no one ever was going to build their relationship and purchase from me as Fierce Free. And so the reason I started to do this webinar, decided to do this webinar, is because I started scrolling through my timeline. It's the end of the year. Folks are starting to think about businesses. They're trying to live out their dreams and their goals. And I was starting to see a lot of brands in my timeline. Some of them very new and even older brands that were making some of the same mistakes that I made in the beginning. And I wanted to do something about that, okay? So, I got on my computer, I started mapping out some steps and some strategies that I thought would help the folks that are in my timeline. And so I'm excited about this because I knew a few years ago that my products, my services, my brand was poorly positioned, okay? And so I want to make sure that you have all those key components so that you can set yourself up for success next year, okay? So I'm going to break those things down. I hope that you came with pen and paper. I hope you came and you're ready to write and to take copious notes because there's going to be a lot of information. And I think if you take it all in, you really can go out there today and build a brand and just continue to build on it over the next few days. And it's going to be everything that you dreamed it would be. And if you already have a brand and you implement some of these strategies, I think you're going to see an increase in your influence, okay? So I've had an opportunity to partner with a lot of women all across the country, and just to see what has happened when we sat down step by step, breaking down their brands, helping them to position, helping them to understand different branding concepts as well as marketing. Okay. So tonight I'm getting ready to break those down for you. And so if you just give me a little bit of your time, I'm going to give you everything that you need so you can start working tonight. And I believe that it's going to be enough for you to stay up all night and motivate you to really take your brands and your business to another level. Okay. So I'm going to jump right in. Make sure there are no questions in the chat box. Okay. So the B word, okay, branding. Like, for whatever reason, when people see the word branding, like, it makes people nervous. And it's not supposed to be this scary monster that new entrepreneurs fear, okay? Branding is something that really should get you excited. It should really help you to see your vision come to life. It's what you see when you close your eyes and you think about your vision, what you want it to be, what it looks like once everything comes together, okay? Branding is what helps your client to understand why you are better than the competition, right? What you offer and why they need it from you. So I want you to not be intimidated by branding, not be intimidated by systems, apps, and tools and resources, not be intimidated by Canva and Photoshop. But I really want you to start viewing branding, the B word, as your BFF, your best friend, and living out your dreams and your goals, okay? So branding is your friend, and I want you to get excited about branding, because when it comes to really building it and seeing it come to life, it's awesome, okay? All right, so 10 keys to build a fierce brand, okay? So you have a lot to really map out here, okay? All right, so the first thing I need you to understand, and you've heard this a million times, the first thing that you have to do is know your mission, okay? What is your reason for existence? What is your reason? So I want you to really, really think about that. Hang tight, guys. There we go. So I want you to start tonight, and if you don't have it on paper, have your mission written down, okay? You have to have a strong mission of what you're setting out to do. What's your ultimate destination? And I want you to think about mission just like it's a GPS, right? So when you take out your phone, you're getting ready to go somewhere, you know where you're trying to go, whether it's a restaurant, a destination, or whatever it is, you map it out. You put the destination in your phone, okay? You roll out the driveway, you put your car in drive, and you start your journey. And what I want you to understand is, as you start this journey, and I want you to really picture this as I'm saying it, I want you to understand that, you know, it may not be a short journey, okay? It might not be a straight road for you. There are going to be some things that happen along this journey as you make your way and follow the instructions to your mission, okay? You're going to get to a point where you hit some red lights. You're going to get to a point where you see yellow lights and green lights. Then you're going to see the detours. You're going to run into extreme weather conditions. And you may turn too early, and then you're going to have to reroute. So this is what this mission really looks like for you. But what you have to understand as we embark on this journey, okay, at the end of the day, no matter how many twists and turns you go on, you're going to end up at your final destination. So as you hit these roadblocks, as you determine your mission, and then you rewrite your mission, and then you figure out what you're going to do, and you decide and you change and do all this stuff, because it's okay to go back and reevaluate. Understand that despite it all, you're going to end up at the end, at your destination, and you're going to hit your mission, okay? So understand that your mission is the reason why, you know, you see so many people. So you see so many people that are busy but not productive. And that's because they haven't really spelled out what their mission is in their business, okay? Everything you create, all the products you create, the clients that you target, all of that has to do with your mission. So step one on what you're going to do to really get out there and launch your brand, get it to where you need it to be, is to write down your mission. I don't want anybody to go to bed tonight without having their mission in place. Clear, concise, write it as if you were really telling somebody your mission and they were getting ready to invest in it based on how well you wrote out what your mission is, okay? So number one is determine your mission, okay? So while we're getting the slide set up, do you guys already have your mission in place? Let me know in the comment box, okay? Drop your mission in the comments. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at those in a moment. So my mission is to create positive experiences for women to enhance their grace, confidence, and beauty. I love that. That's okay. You're right. You're going to sit down and you're going to write your mission tonight. That's the first thing that I did, was to understand where I'm trying to go. Okay. So the next thing that I want you guys to write down is, you continue to write out your mission in the chat box. I'm going to check back in a moment. I want you to understand the concept of KSA, knowledge, skills, and abilities. Okay. So once you know your mission, I want you to then write down your knowledge, skills, and abilities. I come from a corporate environment, and you hear a lot about KSAs and understanding your knowledge, your skills, and your abilities, okay? So I want to make sure you know the difference first between knowledge, skills, and abilities. So the first one, knowledge. Knowledge is just your general understanding of a particular topic. You have an awareness of it. You understand what it is, okay? Skills. Skills is what you're already proficient in. You know, you may have received official training, some type of education, or it could have been through experience. And abilities is just you're able to perform something. So all of these things work together. You have to have an understanding of it. You have to have the ability to actually get it done. Then you either have to be trained, or you have to have a certain level of experience, so that you can have whatever the inventory of what you need in order to create your product. Okay. So knowledge, skills, abilities. Okay. You can take for instance, cutting hair. I'm not a hairstylist. That's not what I do, but I have general knowledge. If somebody said, do you know how to cut hair? Yeah, I know how to grab some scissors and I know how to cut it, but that's about it. That's where I am. Right. And then do I have the ability to perform it? Yeah. Plain and simple, pick up the scissors. I might not have any technique, but if you told me to do it, I could. But the skill is where I actually know you pull this section over here, you clip, 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 pull another section, clip, clip, clip. So it all works together. So you have to understand what your knowledge, your skills, and your abilities are, okay? So in order to launch fast, you can't go out and try to learn something. I see so many people say, hey, I want to teach this topic. Hey, I want to do an event on this topic. But you don't already have the KSA. If you're going to launch a brand and you're going to launch it fast, then you have to work with what you already have. You have to already think about what you have the ability to do. What have you already been trained on? What have you already experienced? What do you already know? Okay. So work with what you already have. Don't go out right now and acquire different training because you want to teach on a particular topic. Start with where you are so that you can implement fast. And when you implement fast, and then you start seeing success, it'll really drive you to continue to go, okay? So I'm going to take a look just to kind of see if you guys have your mission in place. My mission is to help women learn and know their worth after insufficient relationships. Ooh, that's a good one. Bombshell Collection. My mission is to empower women through beauty. We have a lot of empowerment brands on here, so we definitely should connect. BSW. A support group for women whose sole purpose is to uplift women and girls in higher spirits, rebuild, fellowship, and assist worldwide. I love that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So I'm happy to see that a lot of you already have your mission in place. So now that your mission in place, go ahead and really write down and take an inventory of what knowledge, skills, and abilities do you have that you can already package up. All right. Now, this is probably something that you've heard a million gazillion times, right? Know your client avatar. So when you think about your client avatar, it's a fictional person that is your perfect, always paying on time client. I always have to say that. The fictional person that is your perfect, always paying on time client. The demographic of that person that's more than likely they're going to purchase from you. You have to know who that person is, right? So knowing your avatar will help you to really determine what your brand strategy is going to be. It'll help you determine, where to dedicate your marketing efforts. It's understand that branding is not a one-size-fits-all type of ordeal. And so in knowing that it's not one-size-fits-all, you have to understand exactly who you're talking to. And a lot of people want to target everybody. A lot of people want to help everybody. And those are the type of brands that come out and then they go right back out. So it's okay to exclude a group of people. Everybody does not need what you're selling, nor do they want what you're selling. Okay. So you have to really define, who your client is so that you won't waste your time. And you have to understand that the reason that you don't have to service everybody is so many of us that have similar businesses. We have similar missions, but we have different groups that we target. And the reason why all of us can go out and have successful brands and successful missions is because each one of us has a very unique client avatar. Okay. So make sure that you really go out there and think about, who is it that my KSAs help? Who is it that my knowledge, skill, and ability, they really go out there and they help? And I build a program and a brand and a business around who's checking for me. And I think that's very important to be clear on who's checking for you and who you're checking for, so you know where to go. So one thing I want you to understand is that social media is huge, right? That is one of our top ways to brand ourselves. And so knowing that social media is huge, that means you have to know what social media platform you need to dedicate the most time. And so you may be targeting somebody that's, 50 plus years old, and you can Instagram crazy, but it's like your ideal client is not seeing what you have to offer and maybe valuable content, but they're 9 times out of 10 not dedicating a lot of time to Instagram. Okay. So map out who you're talking to, so you know if you need to be on Snapchat, if you need to be on LinkedIn. Maybe it's a more professional crowd and they're not really on the traditional networks of social media. Okay. Understand that marketing to everyone is the same thing as marketing to no one. And a lot of times people think that when they create a client avatar that encompasses everybody, that if I encompass everybody, that I'll make more money. And that's not true. And when you try to target everybody, that means you're missing a lot of people, which is impacting your income. The person that may really want and need what you have to offer may not know it if you do not understand what their client avatar really looks like, okay? So make sure that you're writing down, their demographics, okay? The specifics that make up your perfect client. Now, for those of you that mentioned that you already have brands, if you already have a brand, that means you should have the business social media pages. And those are also because they give you analytics. And what analytics do is they let you know exactly who's responding to your content. And I know exactly the demographics of my ideal client. I know their actions. I know what they do. I know how they behave because I'm paying attention to my analytics on social media. So if you do not have a business page and you're running regular pages, that's another thing that's on your to-do list for tonight, is to transition over to business pages so you know how old they are. You know what city they're in. There's different things when they're on social media, when they're engaging with you, so that you can properly identify your client. And another thing that I think is very important for you to do is to not just be set on who you think you want to market to or who you think you want to sell to, but to really pay attention to who's responding to you, because there may be a totally different group of people. And the thing is, you have to do one or two things. If you're saying your audience or your avatar is one thing and your analytics is saying another, that means either you have your brand strategy is off in some kind of way and you have to go back and reconstruct, or you might need to consider changing your target audience because all of your knowledge, skills, and abilities are attracting a different group of people. Okay? So know your client avatar. All right, number 4, research the competition. I know this is definitely something that you've heard a million times, but we are in an era where people don't do research. We're in an era where people think that they're so unique or their ideas are so unique that nobody has ever thought of, right? Or they're staying in their own lane, or they don't have any competition. They're only compete with themselves. And I think that is one of the biggest mistakes that you would ever make, is to think that you're not competing with anybody else, okay? You are competing with other people. And when you're starting to create products and services, or you think you have a great idea that no one has done, you will dedicate hours upon hours, days and months on creating products and services and building a brand that you think is one of a kind that somebody did years ago. Okay, so make sure that you are doing the research. Make sure you at least know who's in your city. that's doing exactly what you're doing, who's releasing, exactly what you have, okay? So pay attention to that and write it down. Who are the top 3 people that you're competing with that's right there around you right now, okay? So don't have the idea of staying in your own lane. Don't have the idea that there's no competition around you, okay? I want to make sure that you know exactly what's happening. It's nothing wrong with being informed on who's around you and what they're doing. No, you're not going to have the jealous spirit. No, you're not going to be running a race directly trying to beat them. But you do need to know what's happening around you, okay? So make sure you understand that. You can't have a million people being a life coach, right? So I do life coaching. I say I'm a Fear Factor coach, but in conclusion, I'm a life coach and I'm a business coach. So I'm not saying that you can't go out and be a life coach because I'm a life coach, right? That's not true. What I'm saying is you need to look at what I'm doing and figure out how can you make it your own? How can you make it, Ashley? How can you make it Susie? How can you make it your own unique brand without copying what I do? Because there's an advantage when somebody does it first. So what can you do to put a twist on, what somebody else is doing? Okay? I'm going to make sure I didn't miss any questions in the comments. How do you target or gain followers to follow your business? How do you get, I think you're asking me, how do you get your target audience to follow your business? A lot of times, it's a lot of factors that goes into getting somebody to actually follow your page. You have to make sure that your content is valuable. So that means you have to identify what their problem is and you have to solve. Okay. Once you know your mission, you need to know your ideal client. Your ideal client has a problem that your brand is going to solve. And so your challenge or your responsibility is to take what you know their problem is and to break it down into products and services, which we'll probably get to in the next couple slides. So if they're not engaging, it's either how you presenting the content, it may be your template, it may be your brand, it's dull or your template is not standing out. It may be quite a few factors. It may be because your hashtags are off or you're not properly hashtagging your business so that other people that are searching for you can find you. So that's something that we'll have to probably break down a little bit more offline so I can have a clear understanding of what your page is and what you post. And that way I can kind of help you out, okay? Will it be, I think you're saying, will there be a replay? There will be a replay, but it's only going to be 24 hours. So definitely make sure you take a lot of notes right now. Okay? So research the competition. So far, I want you to understand that one thing you can't do, you can't skip to the fancy stuff. Like the first thing we want to go out and do is do logos and colors and stuff. But you have to make sure that those foundational things are in place because those will dictate the logo, the colors, and all those other fancy, cutesy things that we want to do, right? So don't skip this foundational stuff. Don't skip writing down your mission. Don't skip your inventory analysis of your knowledge, skills, and abilities. Don't skip the part where you're going to see who else is doing what you're doing, okay? So make sure that you don't skip this part, right? Now, let's get into the part that you really get excited about, the visual branding. Your visual branding truly is, like when you close your eyes and you think about your baby, you think about your dream, what you see, like it's how you bring that thing to life, okay? So it is the logo, it is the font, it's the social media templates, it's the social media cover, it's the packaging, it's the pictures, it's the personality, like it's all the things that you put out there to help your ideal client form an opinion about you, right? To help them to understand that you are who they're looking for, okay? So the most important thing I want you to remember is we do judge a book by its cover. I don't care what people say, we do. When it comes to business and brands and social media, we are judging you. We are always judging you. And so it's important for you to have clear pictures. It's important for you to have the photo shoots. It's important for you to have a professional logo and not the logo that's $5 on Fiverr. It's important for you to know your hex code. So if you have somebody design something for you, it'll be consistent. So all of these different components are just as important as some of the other foundational things. So I want to make sure that you are using professionals or you're taking your time to think about, does this color mean something? Does it make my ideal client feel a certain way? Okay. So visual branding comes after you know exactly who you're targeting, you know your mission, and you know what you're setting out to do. Now you got to create the visual so that you can help your client see that you can do all of those things, right? All right. So go out, make sure that you do, if you don't invest in anything, some of the other stuff that you do it yourself, that's fine. But make sure your logo is something that you invest in. Make sure your photo shoot is something that you invest in. Make sure you're very particular on the fonts that you choose, and make sure they're not too busy. And make sure that your client can easily understand and see visually, like, I have to have what he or she is selling, whether it's tangible, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. Okay. So at this point, you got your logo done, you pick your colors, you determine your font. Now I want you to secure all your social media. So at this point, you're clear on yes, I'm going to start this business. Yes, this is going to be my baby. I'm clear on it. I'm not going to change it up. This is where I am. And this is when you go out and you secure all your social media pages, even if you don't know if you're going to be on Snapchat. Like I have Fierce Feelings Free on Snapchat, but I don't get on Snap. But just in case, I want to make sure nobody else hops on as my brand. So make sure that you're securing all of your social media pages, your .com, and all those things that make your brand look professional. Because visually, that's how a lot of us are visual people. We want to see a certain thing to determine, and yeah, I'm rocking with her. Yeah, I'm going to purchase from her. Yeah, I'm going to hit the buy button. Yes, I'm going to follow. Okay. So all of these key things are very important, and they need to be consistent across all platforms. So if I get on Instagram and I click the link and go to your Facebook, it should look like I'm still on Instagram in a way based on your branding. If I go to Twitter, I should see the same things. That's how people create the brand recognition. So a lot of times I go to pages and their Instagram looks one way, and then their Facebook has a whole nother look and feel to it. And you got to make sure that people can go from platform to platform and recognize, who you are. Any questions about that? Okay. So let's talk about brand personality. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like the things that you post, your quotes, all that stuff is your personality, your voice, and your brand personality, right? And so you have to really treat your brand as if it's a person, right? No one pays attention to the boring brand. You don't want to be the brand that's blah. So personality is really huge for you to really take your baby, take your brand, and make it a person. Like, are you, if you have a dance group, are you the dance group that's like Bring It, the little majorette group? Are you Cooking Lion? Like, are you Maxine Waters? Do you have a Kanye attitude? All of that determines how you post. We can all post the same message, right? But it's how we post it. It's how we project the message that's going to determine what that personality looks like and if your ideal client is going to be checking for it. So my motto is, when in doubt, do the most. Fierce Feelings Free is an also extra super girly brand. So when I post things like give the people what they want. I post things like stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So everything is consistent from the way my brand looks, what I wear in photo shoots, the things that I say, how I post, yes, like you will see all of that show up in everything that I do for Fierce Feelings Free. And that's how you got to treat your person. Fierce Feelings Free is a person. And I treat her like she's a person. And I refer to her like she's a person. So that's how you need to treat your brand as well. As if they're a person, give them an attitude, give them mannerisms, give them behavior. And then what would that person do if they were out posting? A lot of us are trying to lifestyle. What does the lifestyle look like for Fierce Feelings Free? What does the lifestyle look like for Makeup by Z? What does the lifestyle look like for BSW? Since, BSW, for example, is a teen brand. What does that look like? Is it somebody out, reading books to teens or coaching to teens, or you out on a fun day out and letting them know that they can have fun by not, and not do things that are inappropriate? What does that really look like when you're creating that personality, right? So what's the voice? What does she sound like? And I think about that when I'm getting ready to do any post. So if you hadn't noticed, I talk hard. I'm a hardcore power speaker. I get loud, I elevate, I go up and down. It's an emotional roller coaster. So I understand that that's the brand that I want to put into Fierce Feelings Free. And I built a brand that was just like me. So I didn't have to be conscious about being loud. I didn't have to be conscious about being effort. So I made sure that Fiercely Free mirrored who Melody Robinson really is. Okay. So think about your voice and your personality. All right. So let's talk about products and services. Before I go into products and services, I just want to make sure we don't have any questions. Any questions? Drop them in the comment box, and I'll try to grab them when I can. Okay. Products and services. What will you sell? So again, we already talked about thinking about what can you sell right now. Okay, we talked about, what knowledge do you already have right now? Because keep in mind, we're trying to launch a brand real quick. We're not trying to map out the year yet. Now, when I get with my clients and we're doing long-term coaching, or maybe they're on year 2 or 3 coaching with me, then we start being more strategic. But when you're trying to jumpstart a brand right now and get it out there real quick, you have to think about what can I create right now? And I want you to really meditate on that tonight. If I release 3 signature products, what would they be today? What can you create cheaply right now? What can you offer and sell today? Like, what does it look like? A few years ago, Fiercely Free almost 5 years, right? When I launched my brand, I didn't have like the funding. I couldn't invest all that stuff. I just wasn't in a position to do that. I could do some things a little differently now. So what did I do? I was like, what can I create right now that can be a product of Fiercely Free? Because if you don't have a product or a service, you're not in business. You don't have a product or a service, you can't produce profit. And I see so many brands that will pump you up all day, motivate you all day, quotes all day, but you're not selling anything. And you have to sell. Like, sales is uncomfortable for a lot of people, but you don't have a brand or a business or a profitable business at that if you don't sell. So here I am. I'm trying to really think about what that looks like for me. So I made a decision to launch a t-shirt to make everybody feel like they're Fiercely Free, to make everybody join the movement of Fiercely Free. See, this is 5 years ago when t-shirts were not as popular. Everybody has a t-shirt now. Everybody launched a t-shirt now. But at the time, this was something very unique and different. So I'm like, I'm going to do a t-shirt. I'm not going to put my name on it. I'm going to put Fiercely Free, and I'm going to help my ideal clients see why they want to be Fiercely Free. Let me tell you why this was awesome. Because I sold tons upon tons of t-shirts with no t-shirts. So I spent no money. I pre-sold t-shirts for weeks. I got on Fiverr. Fiverr was brand new when everything really was $5. And I had a t-shirt mock-up, and I had to put that t-shirt mock-up on a silhouette. And I put that flyer out there. I had people tagged it. I did a contest. I sold shirts with no shirts, right? So what can you do right now to initiate a product or a service to pump money into your business? So the things that you can't DIY, the things that you can't do for free, you have the funds to do that, okay? So essentially what I'm telling you to do is figure out what's your lowest hanging fruit. When you think about a fruit tree, think about what you can reach up and grab. What fruit can you grab off the tree? You're not going to go all the way and climb the tree and go, get the big building with the pink bricks and do all that stuff. That might be what I want down the line. But right now, I'm going to grab what I can grab real quick. I'm going to do a t-shirt first. What can you do right now to put a product and service in your business, right? If you don't have any products and services, and based on what I just said, what do you think is going to be your first product? What can you do right now? Somebody, I know we have a lot of empowerment brands. We have different things out there. If you dropped a product tonight, what would it be? What would it be? I'm going to give you a few minutes to drop it. If you dropped a product tonight, what would it be? A personalized planner. Let me tell you, I am a sucker for planners. I don't care if I have one already. I'm always looking for the next one. So a personalized planner, okay? Let me know. Would that be digital? If you did a planner, would it be digital? Because that's something you could drop today. Digital. If it's not digital, then you will have to find somebody to actually create it. Keychains. That's different. Online course. Digital products are everything. Keep that in mind. travel mugs. Oh, Bible study worksheets. I love that. When you create that Bible study worksheet, please tag me in it. Shapewear guy, Ashley Dean. Please help us. Help me. Glitter pens. I'm a sucker for pens too. Look at, good job. Awesome. Weekly goal planner. Yeah, right. You want tonight. So we have challenged you, the Bible study worksheet. Myself, and it looks like Z, we want those Bible study worksheets tonight. So you got some work to do when you get that done. Awesome. So I'm glad that it has your mind thinking. One thing we always do is we overthink things. And so many people spend like weeks and months and stuff to launch a product to where you over it by the time you launch it. Don't think so hard. Start with the small stuff. Launch it. Let it be great. And then go. Online intimacy course with God. Ooh. Y'all better release some unique products and services. What y'all waiting on? When y'all release y'all products and services, your freebies and all that stuff, I want you to tag me because I want to see that. I'm a nurse and I make badge reels for everyone. I have a circuit machine, so I will probably do like a box that includes decals, pins, and badges. Yep. All right, yours available now. You better be ready. Awesome, good. I'm glad your wheels are turning. I'm glad. So now that you put it out there into the atmosphere, we're going to be waiting on those products and services, okay? All right. So we come a long way. We're at number 7. We're almost at 10. So hang in there. All right. So elevator pitch. Okay. I love my elevator pitch. I drop my elevator pitch. I don't have to be on the elevator. I can be in a grocery store. I can be at the gas station. I don't care where I am. I am always prepared for an opportunity to connect with my ideal client. So your elevator pitch is your 30-second spiel to your ideal client that instantly lets them know that they need to know more about your brand. It's compelling. It's conversational. Some people elevator pitch sound like a speech. And therefore, people are tuning out what you say. So I always engage in conversation. We go back and forth, and they don't know that I have worked them with my elevator pitch. So make sure that your pitch is strong, and make sure you already have it prepared. My motto, my favorite quote is "Stay ready so you don't have to get ready." So if you have an elevator pitch, when you're launching a brand and you're looking for sponsors and you're looking to sell your product or service, you're looking to connect with different people, you need to be able to hit people like clockwork with what you do, how you do it, and why they need you. So that's another thing that immediately you need to have is your elevator pitch. So when your potential client passes you in the grocery store or you're at a networking event, nobody wants you to throw a business card at them anymore. Like, that's not the world that we live in. When you give somebody their business card, they really check you out. They really go to your website. Nobody cares about that. You need to tell me real quick what's in it for me, why I need to know you, and why I need to be checking for you. Okay? My pitch is bomb. Thank you. I've been working on that pitch. It's getting better and better to where I can really throw it out there. Yep. So get your pitches together so that you can hit somebody with it. You get all the opportunities that come your way, speaking engagement. You can automatically hit people up. They automatically know that I need you. And if you give them a business card, they're going to make a note on the back of it because they want to connect with you later. And that's what I do. I do a lot of networking events. A lot of people tell me these long, boring elevator pitches that at the end of it, I still don't know what you do. I still don't know what you sell. I don't know why I need you. But if you say something that's quick and compelling to grab my attention, then I'm going to put a little note on the back of that card. It's like, yep, I need to connect with her. Yep, I need to find her, okay? So, for example, we just posted in the comments different products and services that we're going to launch. One thing you have to understand, like myself personally, I am really on a spiritual journey to grow right now. So, indirectly, you just pitched me with those Bible study sheets. Like, you just got me all in to where I just talked about them on this webinar tonight, and so many people are going to be checking for you because you brought that out. Like, yep. That's one thing I need to do. I need to get my spiritual life together. I've been telling you what I need to do. So you just did something for me real quick, and you had no idea that you did that for me. So that's how an elevator pitch should work. I should not know you trying to bring game on me. You should be just speaking in a conversational way, in a very compelling way to where I'm all over it. Okay? So all of that was awesome. Okay? Elevator pitch. If you don't have one, You need to have one, and don't create too many elevator pitches, because I'm just not. If I'm getting off at the second floor of an elevator, I just can't hear all of that. Okay, I'm gonna get off, and we'll never see each other again. So you better move fast if you want to grab my attention, and that's how your ideal client probably is as well. All right. So whenever you launch a brand, you need to build intensity. Like, I see people say, just get on social media and drop a brand like a thief in the night. And it blows my mind. Like, you need to get your audience excited. Like, you've done all this work. You put all this foundational stuff down. You build an awesome brand. You have all these social media templates. You have this awesome product. And then you just drop it. And first of all, you haven't built your audience. You haven't gotten them ready. They don't know what you do. They don't understand. You need to tell them coming soon. You need to hashtag January 1. You need to hashtag 2019 lit. You need to go out there and really get people ready. Do a countdown for what you're getting ready to do. And don't give them, this is too much information at first. Help them to really want to know what you have going on. So whenever I get ready to drop something, I always hashtag or drop a video that says something fierce is coming. And everybody want to know what I'm talking about. Something fierce is coming. I will hashtag it and post the one thing, several times a day. Something fierce is coming. Put it in pink smoke, so people get excited about what I'm getting ready to do. You can't drop an album in the middle of the night like Beyonce. Like, she has a certain level of influence where she can drop something right now, and then a minute later, millions of people have already took advantage of it. We have to get to that level to where we can drop something in the middle of the night and then it sell 1 million copies or something like that. So make sure that you really prepare your audience for what's getting ready to come. And don't prepare your audience if you hadn't done the pre-work, if you hadn't outlined the product, if you don't know your mission, if you don't know your hex codes, which are like your brand colors, if you haven't done the foundational work, the people are going to be disappointed with your coming soon. So make sure that you build all the foundation, you get your brand ready, then you do the coming soon, right? Okay, so that's number 9. Build the intensity up for the brand that's getting ready to show up. If you already have a brand, help them to understand that a next level is getting ready to come. Help them to understand that elevation is getting ready to come. Help them to understand that they get ready to see something they've never seen before. So you need to get your people ready to understand that a new thing is getting ready to come in 2019, okay? So last but not least, number 10, give it to the people. It's time to execute. You've lined up all this stuff. You've broken out all this stuff. You know who you are, what you do. You know why you slay. You need to put it out there. Post a video. Don't assume people know what you do. Tell them what you do. Tell them what you're selling. Tell them what you're offering. But when you post your brand, do not sell immediately. The first thing you want people to do is to fall in love with your brand. You want them to like your brand. You want them to see value in your brand. You want them to trust your brand. So reel them in, right? Introduce them to your brand. Let them fall in love with your brand. Show them what you're working with. Give it to the people. And then you release a product, okay? Then you release, a service, okay? Yes, number 10. So I'm excited because I believe that if you really go through these steps, that they're going to give you just what you need to do a jump start. So I want to recap real quick. I want to make sure that your notes are sufficient, okay? So recap. Number 1, the first thing you need to do is build your brand mission. Number 2, the second thing you need to do is to know your KSAs, your knowledge, skills, and abilities. The third thing you need to do is to build your client avatar. Who are you talking to? The fourth thing that you need to do is you need to do the research. The fifth thing you need to do, now you need to create the visual branding. Then you need to put a personality behind your brand. Next thing you need to do is create your signature products. Outline your elevator pitch so you can help people to understand how they need everything that you have going. Number 9, get your audience ready for all the fierceness that's getting ready to come forth, okay? Number 10 is very important. This is the step where people write out, and I know because I did this. I wrote a whole book, and I was scared to release it, okay? You don't want to do that, right? Execute all the hard work that you've done. Don't spend all this time building an awesome brand and be afraid to share it with the world, okay? I don't want you to do that. I want you to really take the time to build it and share it with the world, okay? Now, I'm really excited because I feel your energy right now. Like, I really, really, really feel your energy. I think you're excited about what you're getting ready to do. You're excited about your next level. You're excited. You're excited about what's getting ready to happen for you next level in your brand. I want you to put yes in the comments, right? Yes. You are beyond excited. Awesome. Please let me know that you're feeling what I just said, right? Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just want to make sure that you feel what I feel right now. Guys, I'm so excited because for a long time I struggled in my brand. And for a long time I struggled in my brand because I just didn't know what to do. Yes, they still coming in. Yes, you're excited. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So many of you probably joined this webinar tonight because you really were just looking for the step by step. Okay. I know because I was really, really looking for the step by step. Okay. Um, I struggled a lot because I just didn't know what to do and how to do it. Okay. I Googled, I tried to research, I tried to figure it out, but I just couldn't get it together, right? And I see so many people that have fierce ideas that just go down the drain because they stuck. They stuck between what to do and how to do it. And so when I finally really tried, really understood branding and marketing, and I really started getting my brand to where I wanted it to be, I made a promise to myself that as I learned stuff, I was going to teach it. I made a promise to myself that because I struggled with the step by step and the how to, that I was going to build a brand for women that helped them to get the step by step, that helped them to get the how to. And so I launched my signature coaching program a few years ago, and I've had an opportunity to work with some awesome women that have grown from aspiring entrepreneurs to successful entrepreneurs that are growing and thriving daily. They're creating new businesses. They have nonprofits. They're new authors. They're new speakers. They've opened bakeries. They've hosted sold out events. And they just, overall, they've created some fierce brands. And that means the world to me just to know that creating a step by step has really helped them along the way. One thing I need you to do for me right now, before I forget, go ahead and take a screenshot of this page. Let people know that you are on this webinar. Let them know where they needed to be tonight if they missed it, okay? So I really wanted to really launch something and do something right now to help you. And so I started writing. I got on my computer. I got a Canva. I was like, I'm going to do a webinar, and then I'm going to help people to build a brand right now. I said I'm going to call it Build a Brand by Christmas. And I just want let me get 20 people to sign up, and I'm going to be really accomplished and feel really happy about that. But when I saw over 200 people register for this webinar, it blew my mind, and it really just confirmed with me that I'm on the right path. It confirmed with me that I'm in tune with my purpose and my brand, and that the things that I see and I feel when I see my social media connections are real. And I know that you're struggling. I know that you're trying to get to the next level. I know that you want to elevate and you just want some help. And I want to help you do that in this season, okay? I really do. So I created something specifically for you, with you in mind, okay? I really take coaching very seriously because I treat everybody's brand just like my own. And so I created a 6-week course because I wanted to allow enough time for me to get to know your business, to understand your business, and to really work with you step by step, right? Step by step. And that's where a lot of people miss the boat. So many people release courses, so many people release classes, so many people coach, and they still just forget the step by step. So I'm getting ready to start a course this January that I'm so excited about because it's the first time that I've done a group coaching capacity, and I love it. I normally work one-on-one. I do VIP days. I go out, do corporate trainings and all that stuff. But I wanted an opportunity to work with a small group of people where we could come together and be sisters in success and really break down this branding and marketing thing. So for 6 weeks, I'm going to be working with a group of women, and I'm going to help you to really gain clarity on your brand. I'm going to really help you to develop your brand strategy. I'm going to help you really take all these massive goals that you have, this big dream, this big vision, this big goal that you have. And I'm going to help you to break that thing down so that you know what you're doing every week. And so many people have this big vision, and you should, because God gave you a big vision. But you have to figure out how to execute it. You have to figure out how to break it down. And I'm going to help you to do that. I'm going to help you put a little personality behind your brand because that's key. I really, really share my brand story everywhere I go, and it really attracts my ideal client. And I want to teach you how to construct your brand story so that you can really connect with your clients when you go out and you encounter them, okay? Then we're going to talk about product creation because you can't just release a product. It has to be packaged properly. It has to look professional. It has to be eye-catching, and it has to make somebody like, I got to have it. I got to put that in my, prime example, the crayon cake. The packaging was so dope that even if you didn't care about makeup, it made you want to purchase everything that they had. So product creation is key. And I want to share with you just all the tools and resources that I use to create my products, my services, and all my branding. And I just want to be there to be the support and accountability that you really need. Okay. I really do. And I think that's really key. And that's what a lot of people are missing. So let me say this. I believe in small groups. I am only going to open up the course to 15 students this semester. 15. And I'm doing that because I want to make sure that we all can hold each other accountable. I want to make sure that I have my hands on you. I want to make sure that I give you what you need in order to be successful because I take coaching very seriously. So let me tell you what's going to happen after the webinar. Let me break down just a little bit what the course looks like. Okay. You're going to get 6 intensive trainings with me. Okay. You're going to receive a course every single week. It's going to have worksheets. It's going to have action plans. You're going to get guided exercises from me. Bi-weekly, we're going to chat, and I'm going to answer your questions and your answers as you work through these exercises. You're going to get daily support and accountability through our Facebook group. You're going to have access to me for 6 weeks for $197. My 45-minute strategy session is $89, right? $89 that people will stay on the phone with me at $89 for 45 minutes and exceed that and continue to run up a bill when you get to work with me for 6 weeks for $197. Also, if anybody knows me personally, you know I live by Canva and I design everything in Canva. I'm going to do a bonus tutorial, just give it to you for free in Canva and show you how I create my graphics and how you can create beautiful graphics as well. So somebody already asked the question on how do you sign up? Okay, so once the webinar ends, the webinar is going to end and you're going to get an email shortly after the webinar ends. The webinar is going to give you a link to how to get started. It's going to link you out to a form because I want to make sure I'm clear on your business. I have all the information that I need to work with you. And then it's going to take you out to the payment page. Your spot is not secured until you actually submit your 197. Once you do that, within 48 hours, you're going to get a welcome packet from me telling you the next steps. The course starts January 6th, okay? That's when we're going to kick off. So make sure that you are holding tight to your email because I'm going to release the link to you guys first because you signed up and you showed up to the webinar. Then it's going to go to my email list tomorrow, okay? So you're talking about a lot of people that will have access to purchase. I'm only doing 15 spots. After tomorrow, I'm releasing it to thousands of people on my social media. And I don't believe that it's going to make it to social media. I believe that I'm going to get to 15 people before I hit social media. So you got to act fast. It's not one of those things where you got to think about it. I'm honestly not looking for the person that has to think and to think and think and think. I'm looking for the person that's ready to go, ready to move, because your success is going to be based on you getting in the program and doing and being coachable and doing what the assignments are and working with me and getting it done. So I'm looking for the person that's ready to start, that's ready to elevate, that's really ready to go to the next level and willing to be a student and allow me to help you get to where you need to go. So at this point, I'm going to open up the floor. Well, you know what? One more thing. I want to share this with you. So that's the option. This is the number one option for you to jumpstart right now and for you to move quickly, the 6-week course. So just so you know, the 6 training modules going to drop. You're going to receive those. Those are going to be pre-recorded. And then you're going to receive exercises, and you're going to get an opportunity to chat with me live so that we can make sure that you understood the exercises. And if you had any questions as you were going through the exercises, okay? I think I love the group Q&As and the group calls because a lot of you have the same questions, and you get to hear the questions that other people ask if you don't know exactly what to ask. Now, some of you on here may not be ready to move right now. Some of you on here may not be ready to enter a coaching relationship. Maybe you're not ready to really jumpstart your brand right now. Okay, I believe a lot of you are ready to go. You're like ready, set. I'm just waiting on you to tell me where to go. But if maybe you're not ready to make that level of investment, then I encourage you to at least get the do-it-yourself brand, the brand identity workbook. Okay, for those of you that want to take it real slow, you want to kind of baby step it, start with the workbook. It's a guided workbook. It works you through different steps to build a strong brand identity. Very simple steps to help you really complete your self-assessment. It helps you to understand product creation, so it kind of gives you a map, some branded worksheets, and then it also includes a 30-day action plan, okay, and a couple videos as well. So if you're not ready to take fast action, you're not ready to hit the ground running quite yet, I encourage you to at least grab the workbook. And so that link to the workbook is also going to be in the email, okay? So now I want to take some questions. So do you have any questions for me? I know I've given you a lot of information. I know we've been on the phone for quite some time, and I hope that you don't have information overload. I hope that you found this information helpful. So any questions for me about everything that I covered, I'll be happy to answer those. Okay, I had to step away for a moment, so I might have missed it. But where do I find the hex code for your brand? Do you find it in Canva? So you can enter hex codes in Canva, but usually what happens is if you Google hex code, it's a site where you can kind of go play around and determine like, hey, I love that color pink, I like that color blue. And then when you click on the little map, it'll give you a code, and then you'll go out into Canva and just click in and enter the code. So it's real simple. Just Google hex codes. Awesome. You found it. Let me know if you found it helpful, but I definitely want to answer your questions. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Any questions for me? Okay. Any tips for printing out T-shirts? I know for me, T-shirts were a headache for me initially. So for me, my recommendation would be to work with somebody local if possible, where you can kind of meet with them. You can do mock shirts. You can show them the textures of T-shirts that you want. You can go to graphic design, and you can work hand in hand. So for me, first I was using out-of-town folks. That didn't work out well. I went to tons of vendors until finally I worked with somebody in the city with me. What if you have various ideas for business opportunities, i.e. clothing planners? The first thing you have to do is determine like what your overall mission of your business is, and then make sure that you're releasing products and services that go along with what you said your mission and vision is in the beginning, okay? And I wouldn't release them all at once. Like what I would do is pick one, master it, let it do well, and then release the next thing. Like it's a way to tie different things in, like clothing planners, especially if you're an empowerment brand. It's easy to tie all that in. It may be more difficult for me to say I'm an empowerment brand. I empower women to build businesses, or maybe I empower them to have whole wealth. But I'm doing everything from tea to maybe I'm selling weave and all this stuff that is not cohesive. So just make sure it's cohesive. Can you check your IG message after this? I messaged. Yep, I sure will. I'll be on IG for sure. That's where I hang out the most. What do you suggest for clothing boutiques to get customers ready before you actually launch clothing on their site? I think coming soon, videos, you trying on clothes, shoes, like giving them a little bit but not a lot. Maybe you laying out clothes, maybe you going through the closet. It's a whole lot of stuff that you can do about building a boutique. One brand that I would recommend that really could help you put that thing into perspective is Ashley Dean with Dina Fashion. She does a lot of boutique coaching and really help you to build a brand. She's been doing it for so many years, and she does a phenomenal job at that. What is another platform for email marketing besides MailChimp? Oh, it is an abundance of services. You have anything from ConvertKit to Aweber, what is it, Miller Lite, Some people use more fancy ones like Infusionsoft. So you can Google for days. It's like pages upon pages of email marketing systems. Some people use, I believe, Kartra, which is more expensive. So yeah, you can Google that for days to find something that has the features that you want and at the price that you want. How can I get my followers to engage with my candles since they can't smell on social media? If I had a candle brand, I wouldn't even focus on. I would help them like whatever. I would have creative titles. I would do the little post that maybe I have the candle lit and it's a still picture, but you see the flame flickering. Like I wouldn't even focus on just posting a whole bunch of candles. I would make it fun and creative, and I would make it relaxing. I would be in the tub with the candles lit. I would do a lot of stuff with candles to make it, especially with women. It's not, I love, my bathroom is my spot. So candles, all that set the tone for relaxation. Like I would really tie it into more than I sell candles. I would take it to a different level. Um, how do you manage your time for entrepreneurship while having a full-time job? Girl, I can talk. That's a whole nother training, which I probably will release. That's my same play different day training. I work full-time and I'm also a full-time entrepreneur. People might not think, call it that. They may say part-time. No, I'm a full-time entrepreneur and a full-time manager, senior level manager at a huge corporation, and a mom and a wife. So there's a way to do it. And I will write me on Instagram, and I'll let you know when I do the course. And I want you to enroll in it. It'll really help you out. Can you send me the name of the boutique coach? Ashley, if you're still on here, drop it in the comments. Hey girl, there she is. She knew she was gonna show up. um, any other questions for me? Hopefully I didn't. Did I miss any questions? Okay. Let's see. I don't think I missed any questions. If I missed your question, drop it again. Okay. I think I grabbed everything. All right. So one more time, just so you know, um, enrollment for the course is going to start tonight. I'm breaking this thing down with you for 6 weeks where we get to work it. I get to be your sister in success, your business bestie for 6 weeks. So we really break down branding, marketing, and just launching your brand. I want to be a part of that. I want to be your partner in crime. So I am going to release that shortly after this webinar. And I want you to go ahead, if you're really interested, secure your spot. Don't think about it. Don't contemplate it. Like, make the investment in you. I have spent thousands of dollars on coaching because I wanted to get to where I want to go. Okay. So it's important for you to just make a decision. Like we spend, it's a very minimal investment when you think about it. Most people will charge you $500, $600, $700 plus to coach with them, and you never ever get on the phone with them. There's never a live call. So I'm offering you a lot for very, very, very minimal investment. So make sure you take action fast. Be on the lookout for the email. If you do not get the email, let me say this: technology fails us sometimes. If you do not get the email, send me a message on Instagram. Comment. Let me know if you're very interested in being a part of the program. Let me know, and I will make sure that you have the details just in case technology fails us, okay? Oh, also, too, check your spam folder. I noticed that I'm getting a lot of messages from you. The links went to your spam. So please, please, please check your spam folder. If you have Gmail, check your promotions and social folders to make sure you're getting it, because I want to make sure that you are getting your email communications from me, and add me to your email list so that you won't miss a message from me. So if there's nothing else, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this webinar. Thank you for rocking with me for over an hour and engaging. I'm so happy that we had a chance to connect online, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Be fierce. Have a good night.